Hello everybody, welcome to Recon 2017. I'm with my good friend Brian from the Ocala Garrison here in Florida. And where's it located? Ocala.
Right in Ocala, right in Central Florida, hottest place around.
We usually get together once a year and we usually talk about the state of gaming and miniature gaming and stuff like that. And you guys are actually growing and you're doing something that I never thought you would do. Media presence.
Social media, and I've finally embraced the Facebook page as a club. I still don't do it on a personal level, but it really has reached out and brought us more in touch with a lot of people who like kind of stuff, and we're actually now coordinating with other groups in Orlando and Tampa to bring games together between us and maybe put on demos at other shows or stores. So it actually is already, I don't say paid for itself, it's free, but yeah, it paid for itself just by the effort.
What games are you guys really, listen.
Everybody plays everything.
Everybody plays everything?
But we are focused right now. Our big push is Bolt Action, Gates of Antares, and we still play Dystopia Wars a lot. We just like the game.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, Gates of Antares, by the way, Miniature Market carries it. Check it if you want to hear about it.
Yep, that's where we get it.
But I haven't had a chance to really check it out, which I plan on doing. But from what I heard, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about it, it's actually by the old guys from GW, isn't it?
Yeah, Rick Priestley, who worked for GW forever, when he left GW and branched out, he tried the Kickstarter route for Gates of Antares, but nobody knew what was going on with it. He didn't have the backing. A lot of things weren't made, which is kind of what Kickstarter's for, but that's not the way it's being used now. Now it's pre-sale.
Oh, God, yeah, it's pre-sale.
Right. So what he did was he got with Warlord Games, and again, a lot of old Games Workshop guys who got together. In fact, the original owner of Games Workshop. And he said, you know what, I'm backing you. And came out with, started pushing Gates of Antares, just rolled it out instead of all at once, bits at a time. And what Gates of Antares is that, I call it space opera, but it's bolt action plus a lot more detail to give you the differentiation you need.
Right.
And bolt action is locked down to the D6. Gates of Antares is D10. And the D10 opens up the odds of statistics on each of the figures more. So you can now get a little more broad army selection.
Kind of like the old VOR. That was based on D10, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, and
that's going way back, FASA.
Yes. VOR and Antares have a lot of similarities in feel as far as your army size. Everything's kind of a war band.
Right.
I have a pretty large force now I've been working on. That's my focus for the summer. I have to get it done by fall. That's my goal. I'm going to get it done.
Folks, always remember, and don't feel bad, if you are a miniature gamer, you're never done.
No. Set a goal. Try to stick to it. Life happens, but if you don't have a goal, you'll never finish it. So, Antares, you're playing a large game, you might have 40, 50 figures, and that's a large game. So,
40, 50 figures a large game?
That'd be a large game.
Wow.
And I like it. That seems to be my sweet spot. I'm a historical gamer by default, so I tend to like really large, pageant-filled games.
Oh, God, yeah.
But it also requires 10,000 times to work.
Right.
The 40, 50, it's hit my new sweet spot as I got older. Yeah, I could swallow that many figures at a time. That works a lot better.
It's like you just can't set up those elaborate tables anymore.
No. Although I'm finding that I'm getting even more detail on my tables, but my tables are actually jumping
smaller.
Out there. Exactly. They're smaller size, but more vertical.
Now, can you do this on a 4x4?
Yes. It's meant to be in a 4x4, 4x6. 4x6 is the recommended, very much like the GW. That's the sweet spot for every game.
Right.
But a lot of games are done in 4x4.
Wow.
Yeah. It's meant to be set up on your kitchen table. All right. So you should be able to play it at home and be able to take everything in one box ready to go and play. That's a very nice attraction to it.
Yeah, I've been looking at that. The other thing that we're going to be looking at, and I'm actually going to take a look at a little later, is over here that they're doing from Firelock Games is the Blood and Plunder.
Yes.
Now that's a big project that we're going to be doing later in the week, and that's also carried by Miniature Market.
Blood and Plunder.
I love plug-in.
Blood and Plunder was a big release a year and a half ago, as far as their first introduction out in the world, and they are a hit. They ran a very good Kickstarter. They have a massive, beautiful line. They didn't everything's top of the line. There's nothing I've seen from them so far that's even close to halfway mediocre.
No.
It's all top of the line. And they support. They're out there in your face at every con they can get to, supporting their game, and supporting the people who play.
Yeah, and they're Miami people too.
Right.
So, it's kind of nice to have them up here. We're going to be taking a look at that later. We're going to be looking at a few things. You guys are running some things tonight, aren't you?
All right. Tonight we're running the Stomping Wars game. We're going to call it the Singapore Incident. It's Japanese and British fighting, because the ultimate goal is we're going to run a campaign where you have the island hopping in the Pacific,
right?
And Singapore, the Japanese took it back from the Brits, and the Brits want it back. Victoria says, go get it. So, all right, we're going to do it. I probably have to gut my entire fleet to do it. The Japs are nasty people. But it's a fun game, and we're always looking for a new reason to play it. Besides just lining up and throwing dice, we want to have some fun scenarios.
I always find, I got to see Spartan Games up at Gen Con. And of course, they were really pushing that Halo game. It wasn't bad.
No,
it wasn't bad. It's beautiful.
They put a lot of money into that license.
The
so
IP.
They had to push it.
They had to push it big time. And I always feel that Dystopian War, if I can get it out, is such an underrated game. And it's something that I planned on doing on the channel. It's just so hard to get it to the table.
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more setup and work in the game. Nothing comes pre-painted. There's a beauty to pre-painting.
Oh god.
The Dystopian Wars figures are absolutely incredible. They are the next level of 3D printing for the masters when they mold them. They're beautiful cast resin, and they paint up nice. They're not a hard thing to paint, but you've got to paint it.
Yep.
It's just not the same putting them out there unpainted. I've seen a lot of games out there unpainted. I've never seen a Dystopian Wars game unpainted because it's not the same.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Me and the kids were going through the rules, and we had taken they had the starter box. It was the Japanese and
the FSA.
Yeah, the FSA. Yeah. And we're going through it, and they're like, I go, okay, hold on. Painted it. All of a sudden, wow, this is the greatest game ever. It's because it's just, you have to spend the time. You have to take the time.
Right. There's an attraction to Dystopian Wars, and it's a fistful of dice game. You get lots and lots of dice depending on how many ships you link together and so forth.
If you roll sixes, exploding dices are your best friends.
Or your worst enemy.
Yeah.
You have one guy who can, he's only got 3 dice and hits you 27 times because he can just roll magical dice. I swear he licks the ones and sticks to the table.
Yeah. But, I always liked dice rolling, but it seems that nowadays there's more non-dice games. You look at Wings of War, Age of Sails that we took a look at about a year.
Sails of Glory.
Sails of Glory.
Yep.
I don't know why I call it. But those type of games where they're trying to take the element out, but not the random element as much.
Yeah, games have all evolved, but some of them are still going back to old school. The card combat results are like, you don't need to roll a dice to know if you damaged or not. It damaged. And I like that. There's elegance to it. It allows you to focus on the game and less about worrying about what the dice are doing.
Absolutely.
And I like that. I like the fact that using the cards, you can introduce new tactical flavor to the game. Special events, things like that. There's nationalistic feel. So each fleet does feel like, this is a British fleet, this is a French fleet. You want them to feel a little different, not exactly the same.
Exactly.
But game, I think the real change for us all is when Euro games became popular in the board game world, where you have the damage track and everything became a little more robust. Everybody's feeding off each other, and it kind of evolved at that point. I'm going to say that was in the mid-'90s to the early 2000s, and now miniature gaming is also doing the same thing.
It's more victory point based.
Right.
You take a Stefan Feld game like Aquasphere. Now, there's always this whole thing that his games are just so long and drawn out, but this thing is like you can get points 27 different ways, and
it may not be one way, it may not be the style of play you like, but there's another way that might be your style.
Right.
You just have to figure out.
Right.
There's a very, very nice attraction to a multifaceted game.
I still love my Ameritrash, bro.
Oh, yes.
Anytime I can roll dice, blow it up, it's a good feeling, and it's a good day.
So tonight we're running Dystopian Wars. It's Friday night, and tomorrow afternoon we're going to run a bolt action game because we believe in Warlord Games and how their community is very strong too. We like a company that interacts with their community, and we're finally starting to see that again with Games Workshop. That those with a strong community presence and are well supported by the company. Those are the kind of games we like. That's the kind of company we want to support.
Right.
Miniature Market's the same way.
Oh God.
And Miniature Market will take care of you. You order stuff from them. You have any issues, they've always filled our orders. And if I had one figure that was off in the box, technically that's the manufacturer's problem, and we should deal with the manufacturer. Miniature Market's like, no, we'll take care of it too.
You know, it's a funny thing. Ever since we went into the partnership, I get tons of emails going, you know something? This was the smartest thing you ever did. I got X, Y, and Z. It just came dented. I let them know. They sent me another one and a partial refund. I mean, what more can you ask from that?
Well, the way I'm looking at it is Miniature Market treats you as a customer the way a good game company treats their players.
Exactly.
And there's an attraction to that. So yes, there's my shameless plug for Miniature Market. We order from there too.
Hey.
And all in all, though, I mean, this is Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it's
people
quiet.
are still at work, and it's just now getting going.
This is interview time.
Tonight it's going to be busy, and tomorrow will be nuts here.
Yeah,
and
flea market
we're loving
tonight
the
is
new
always good.
location.
Yeah.
In Kissimmee is a good place to come game today. Right? It's a good place to game.
Definitely. Well, I think that about wraps it for this year. We go through this every year. We get together and we kind of throw something down on tape and get it up on there. But where can they find you?
All right, we are still at ocalagarrison.org, and it's all one word, .org for a website. But we're also now on Facebook at the Ocala Garrison.
Definitely check out their Facebook page. You want to see some beautifully painted stuff. As a matter of fact, Jason, I've never seen ships done that well. And matter of fact, if I can get him in front of a camera, which I know I never will.
Good luck with that.
I would love to have him do a paint lesson. I really would.
You ought to see him do micro armor. Micro armor where the shovels and wrenches on an individual little laser cut tank this big.
Yeah, that big.
The shovels are painted. I mean, it's amazing.
He's amazing. He's an amazing talent.
Potentially.
Well, my brother, as always, thank you.
Thank you.
And it's always good. Hey, we got plenty to cover today. We're going to get as much as we can done. As always, for me and Brian, we'll see you later.
Take care, everybody.